but maybe you should look at it as how good I can be. Be the best person you can. And just do something you're really passionate about.
Hi everybody, I am the most excited to have a very special guest, my youngest guest so far. This is Jack Byrne and he is 12 years old, he's from Sydney and he is the founder of A Fiver for a Farmer, which is an incredible organisation. Welcome Jack.
Hi, how are you?
I'm so good. I'm so excited to have you here. I'm not going to lie. I've told a few of my friends that I was interviewing you because you were such a cool kid. Like, you're a world changer. I've met incredible world changers and you are so young and so empowered. So can you tell me about A Fiver for a Farmer? What is it?
Yeah, well, firstly, I want to say thank you so much for having me. And A Fiver for a Farmer is a charity I started 2 years ago now, which is a long time. But I think I've done some pretty cool things. And it's about helping people in need. And the farmers at this time were in a really bad spot, and they still are. And so I just wanted to get my word out and help farmers in drought. And this was all over watching a BTM video at school. Like, I was just sitting at school watching BTM, which is the news for kids, and this drought segment came on. It kind of hit me that, like, people aren't always in the best spot. And so I was in, like, I'm one of the luckiest kids on earth. I live right on the beach and I have access to running water, and I think it's really sad that people don't have access to that kind of thing. So I wanted to help people, and I saw kids my age suffering. So yeah, that really made me want to help. So I got people to dress up like a farmer, $3 and $5, and eat an all-Australian lunch. And it was something that really changed my life completely.
Yeah, I have watched you journey. I think I saw A Fiver for a Farmer on the morning show, one of those shows, 2 years ago when it started. So you were 10. When I was 10, I definitely wasn't running a charity. So you're amazing. How was the response? So that was just for your school. You saw an interview, you wanted to make a difference in your community. So you told your school, hey, I think we should bring $5 and dress up as a farmer. What was the response from that?
It was like crazy. Like, I couldn't believe that it just like went gangbusters. Like, I thought like $200 and something like that. Like, my goal initially was $1,000, and that was one hay bale. That was my research. $1,000 is one hay bale, and that's what I wanted to do. That was my goal. But I wrote an email, like, thinking maybe I can do more than this. But my goal was 1,000. So I wrote an email to Channel 7, Channel 9, Channel 10, and all those big shows and stuff like that. And, like, the amount of response we got was, like, really cool. Like, I couldn't believe that I was going to be on TV after watching TV all my life and seeing this kind of thing. I was going to be on there. And, yeah, Sunrise wanted to do something with me, and I was so excited. And they told us 20 grand should be your goal. And we were like, 20 grand? I'm a kid from the Northern Beaches. I don't know if I can do that much. And in the first day, I hit 20 grand, which is just amazing. Like, I couldn't believe it.
Hang on. In the first day, you hit 20 grand.
Yeah. It's just, like, crazy. 18 hours, and we had made 20 grand. That's 20 hay bales, and it's just something I can't believe that happened. And I was only 10.
Wow.
And I'm so fortunate to help so many people and meet so many amazing people.
Oh, you have a heart of gold. That is incredible. The fact that you just wanted to do a little bit in your school and you got a whole country involved. Now it's 2 years later. Do you have a tally as to how much you've been able to raise?
It's a big number, $1.8 million.
Jack, that's insane. And where does that money go?
Well, I picked 2 charities at the time. We had like an hour to get this all together, and these 2 charities are just some people who are in this organisation that are really cool and kind of like family to me at this point. Drought Angels and Rural Aid, and they're just really amazing people. I was very fortunate to go out and meet them, and it's such a cool experience, and I got to see where the money was going, and it's definitely getting to where it's needed.
Yeah, so what kind of stuff is your money supporting? Like, are you helping farmers' families? Are you helping the animals? What does it look like?
A lot of that stuff, yeah. So, like, getting water out there, because something that sounds weird, but they don't actually get a lot of water. Like, it's hard to get that stuff. It's crazy. But also getting feed for animals, even feeding the families, because that's something that they really struggle with at times, because they need to supply their animals with food and stuff, but they can't even feed themselves. It's crazy.
Yeah, I went to Bathurst. It was probably almost 2 years ago now, in the middle of the craziness of the drought, which obviously you said earlier that we're not out of the woods yet. But I was shocked. I went with a friend who is local to Bathurst, and they just went to drop off some food to a family who they had lost hundreds of livestock. They had not enough money to pay their bills and feed their families. So it really is real. Now that's a lot for a 10-year-old to see, and it's probably more graphic than what you saw on the BTN interview. What do you think has been the most impactful thing that you've seen, or maybe the most shocking that's affected you?
I think that there's so many great things that happen in our life today. Like, we're so privileged to, I'm doing this over Zoom with you now, and that's something that you couldn't do 20 years ago. And I think seeing people suffer is just something that we shouldn't see in this time of our lives. Like, we're at the highest point in our lives. We've got all this technology, all this stuff. And just seeing people not being able to feed their own family is just something that it's kind of crazy to think about. Like, I went up to a farm and I just went to wash my hands, because where I am, it's easy to get water. Like, it's just something we have. I went to turn the tap on and nothing came out. And I just, something that really stumbled, upon me, and I couldn't really understand why that happened. Like, I had a shower for 2 minutes and then the water just stops. It's very sad to think, I'm only an hour away from these people and it's that much of a difference. And I think, that's probably something that really changed my whole perspective on this charity, and tried to make everything a lot better and try to help more people.
Yeah, wow. Now, you are a 12-year-old kid. You obviously are running an Australia-wide charity, but you also are a kid. So I know you're going to basketball camp tomorrow, which is pretty cool. Yeah. How have your friends responded to this? Because this is a huge thing to take on for somebody your age, and your friends in your class probably aren't also running charities, unless they are and you're going to a special elite school of world-changing children, in which case I need to go there.
Nah, I think my friends are some of the coolest people I know, and the way they wanted to be a part of this, because I was the voice for the charity, but they had a lot of stuff behind the scenes. Like, they were there in the times that maybe they just even sat behind the camera. They're just some extraordinary people as well that really did want to make a change. I love my community for that. They just want to help. They want to be there. And I think that's the Aussie spirit. I think that's what everyone's trying to do.
Yeah.
And that's something really cool. My friends definitely wanted to help, and I think that's why it was so easy.
Yeah, for sure. What's your goal? What's your ultimate goal with a Fiver for a Farmer?
I just wanted to help people. If it was one person, it was one person. If it's 100 people, it's 100 people. My goal is just to put a smile on someone's face, to brighten someone's day. Because no one likes to be sad. I don't like being sad. I don't think you would like being sad. Okay. And seeing people suffer when I'm in a great spot and other people are in a great spot around me, it's just hard to look at. It's hard to understand.
Yeah, for sure. Oh my gosh, you have such a kind heart, and obviously you have a great support system. Did you just turn into a miraculous young person, or you have a pretty great family to back you up?
My family are amazing. I've been taught from when I was so little to now that you might be small, but your voice is mighty. That's meaning no matter how small you are and how tall you are, your voice can be as mighty as you want it to be. And I think that's something that really has made me start this charity and want to do something about people suffering and trying to help them. And I think that's from my mum and dad. They are two of my biggest role models, and I think they're really amazing people. They taught me stuff that some kids don't learn till they're 17, 16, and taught me early, and I used it. And I use it to my advantage and tried to help other people, not just myself.
Oh, Jack, you are definitely up there as one of my favorite young people on the planet. You are such an incredible human being. So you definitely make me think twice about how long I have to take a shower and wasting water and things like that. Why is it so important for us as Aussies to care about the drought and actually stop and look and see what we can do to make a difference?
I think it's all about looking at what I would want if I was that person. If I was out on a farm and I had so much pride in myself that I didn't want to confront someone, I didn't want to say anything, I'd be like pretty sad. Like I'd want someone to help me. And I think everything that is around us is from a farm. You go into the grocery store, it's from a farm. And I think we need to help give back to our community and help the people who really need it.
Yeah. Absolutely. So in a practical way, what can somebody like myself or my family or my friends, what can we do to help the drought, and what can we do to support you?
It's the little things, because if everyone just donated $5 to a charity of their choice to help the drought, there'd be such a better place for them. It'd be such a better place. And even if it's just buying 3 Australian produce products, like when you're shopping, if you're buying sausages, you can just look on the back of the packet, and if you see that kangaroo and it says 20%, 60%, 100%, you're helping someone. Yeah. And I think that's something really big. Like our family's been doing it since I kind of started this whole thing. We buy an all Australian produce groceries, all of it. And I think it's really going to help some people in need. And I think even if it's 3 products, even if you're saving a minute on a shower, you're helping someone. And that's something that's really cool, and you should be doing as a good deed for a day. Like everyone should do one good deed for a day. And I think that's something that's like just really cool about this whole experience.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. You have such great advice. You are wise beyond your years. And I'm so grateful that you took the time out of your school holidays, your time off between planning, your social life and planning what you have planned for the charity, which reminds me, is there a Fiver for a Farmer day? Like, is there a specific day that you wake up as a farmer?
September 18th, we're going to do it all again and try to do the same thing just to help people. Because if you donate $5, it's something. Something's better than nothing, in my opinion. And I think that's something really cool.
Yep.
Like if everyone in Australia donated $5, that's so many people you could help. And to take a minute out of your day, even to just like say a prayer for someone in need, or take a minute out of your shower, or just like buy some Aussie produce, it's not that hard. And I think it really helps people. And that's our main goal of life, to just help others and really thrive. Everyone should be able to do this. And just how cool would our world be if we all just were nice to each other?
Yeah, how cool would our world be if we were nice to each other? And how cool would our world be if every single kid had your outlook on life? I applaud you for being such a legend. And I think your mum might be around the corner, and I'd love to have a chat to her as well, because you are 12 years old and you have been guided by your parents. And I think that, finding out what it takes to raise such a phenomenal young person, I want to know what that takes, because I haven't got any kids yet. But the day that I have kids, I'll be calling Prue and be like, hi, how do I raise my child to be a world changer? How do I get a mini Jack?
She's just here, so I'll let you talk to her now.
Thanks so much, Jack.
Hi.
Hi, Mama. Hello. How are you?
I'm good. You come closer, so
Yeah. Oh, you must be so proud of Jack.
Yes. That question comes up a lot, which is why I just generally carry around tissues, because I always then just turn into this like weird blubbering mess. I am getting a little bit better at this, but it's pretty cool.
It's
pretty cool.
It's incredible.
Yeah.
You guys have actually, obviously COVID has put everything on hold, but earlier in the year it was earlier this year, wasn't it? Yeah, earlier in the year, you had a pretty massive trip. Where did you guys go and what was it for?
So, you talking? I'll talk. So, I got a call, I think it was just before Christmas, like the early 21st of December or something. Hey, just reaching out. I work for a TV show, and if you'd asked me 2 years ago, that would have been a really strange call. But for then, I was like, oh, yeah, sure, no problem. Yeah, great. And she was like, we're based in LA. And I said, oh, wow, okay. She said, oh, can we speak with Jack? Yeah, no worries. He's around. He's at the beach or something. So got him back, had a chat, and I didn't really ask many questions because I've kind of learned throughout this whole thing to just go with the flow. Just say yes to every opportunity and just see where it takes you, follow your gut, those kind of things.
Mm.
So it was only midway through, we were having a Zoom call kind of like this with her, and she said, it's a television show called Little Big Shots, and it's in LA, and the host is Melissa McCarthy. And I was like, I was like mind blown, but here just nothing changed because I don't think, did you know who she was then until I was like?
I knew she was an actor, but I didn't realize how many movies she was in that I know. So I was just like, yeah, she's another actor. Like I was like, yeah, another actor. And then I realized oh my God, it's Melissa McCarthy. She's in Ghostbusters. She's in like every movie.
I mean, we could rattle off a lot. So that was a cool experience. But I think the whole time that we were talking, I was assuming it would be something similar to this, that we would talk to her. And then she said, do you both have valid passports? And I was like, yeah, thinking, oh, that must be a cross that they're going to check who we are or something. And she said, could you go on the 3rd of January? And I was like, sure, yeah, where do you need us to go? And she was like, to LA. I was like, oh, yeah, sure, no problem. So yeah, we kind of went under a cloak of darkness. We weren't allowed to speak about it. And,
yeah, I remember you messaged me, you're like, I can't tell you why I'm in LA, but I'm here.
Yeah, that was a really surreal experience. I mean, the whole thing has been pretty surreal. But yeah, we went to LA, we were there for a week, and it was amazing. And he just does his thing, and I just run behind with the tissues crying to relieve. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I watched that you, and I loved that you were just sitting in the audience, just as proud Mama Bear, just there.
I'm really thankful that they cut out a lot of, because obviously it's much longer. But I was like, well, I think because he kind of walked down onto the stage, and it was right in the middle of the fires. So I was receiving a lot of, Jack doesn't read the emails direct, but we get a lot of people reach out to us, and some of these people had experienced drought, and now we're risking that fire was just going to come through and take anything out that they had left. So I was already like, my emotions were quite high. Yeah. And then I think I kind of thought, like, he was there and she was saying, you're changing the world. And I was like, what? And there was so much. So I just bawled. And then when she was like, come down here, Mum, and I couldn't talk, like I had nothing, and I'm good at talking.
I remember I was sitting in the chair, and then it goes to Mum, and she's like, and I was like thinking in my head, you're really embarrassing me, and then she was like saying all this like stuff, and then I was like, Mum's pretty cool, and yeah, so.
Oh, that's so sweet. Yeah, you guys, just as a family unit, because you've got a husband and then a daughter as well, that's correct? Yeah, as a family unit, you are just a gorgeous example of what it means to be Aussie, of what it means to have great kids. As a mum, when you had Jack, did you look at him like Simba and be like, you are going to change the world? Or did it just kind of organically happen? Did you, not that priming children to be great is a bad thing at all, but like, did you groom him to be a head of a charity at 10 years old?
No. I get asked this question quite often. People are like, what did you do? What did you? And my answer's pretty simple. We were pretty lucky. We were kind of gifted. We say Jack from really early on was an empath. Like, he can kind of read a room. He would find someone in the room and he would just sidle up next to them, like just being small. And he just kind of had this, big kindness that we have had to learn along the way as parents, because there's no guidebook. I mean, there's some that are coming out now, but generally speaking, there isn't. But Mick and I would quite often look at each other and be like, he's pretty cool. Like,
yeah,
he's doing some cool stuff. Just kind of in the playground, or he'd get awards for certain things, and he would say, oh, he's just so lovely. And we're like, look, just so you know, he's not always lovely.
He can be a turd.
Yeah. And everyone kind of, every now and then we go like, shh, don't tell him. You will ruin him.
Listen,
he
I know
still doesn't clean his room. He learns his stuff all the time. Like, those things are still there. But yeah, we did know pretty early on that he's super kind, and he just kind of had this, something was about him. So I suppose when this all kicked off, I didn't probably think it would be what it is now.
Yeah.
But it's been a pretty cool gift to watch.
Not-for-profits are not an easy route by any means. Did anybody in your immediate contact have experience, or did you just have to learn?
We didn't know what we were getting ourselves into, if I'm honest. It started as his idea. He wrote the email. He put my name on the bottom of the email, which said, P.S. my mum's mobile number is, and I didn't know about it. So when I got the call, sitting having coffee with my sisters, and hi, it said Wayne about following you from Sunrise, I was like, did I win something? Like, I didn't, and then she said, I have Jack's email, and I was like, oh, that's cool. And she said, we have a film crew in Freshie. They really want to come and see him. We'd love to go live tomorrow morning with his idea. And I suppose I felt a little bit silly because I was like, which is kind of thing. And then it just snowballed pretty quickly. I mean, we're pretty lucky. We live in an awesome area, and everyone was like, how can we help? What can we do? And I pretty much used everyone and anyone I could. I was like, can you write an email? Great. You're on social media. Great. Can you set up a website? We turned it all around in under 24 hours. And it's crazy. It's crazy. But non-for-profit is tough. It's really tough.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, that in and of itself, even if you took, not that we want to take Jack out of the equation, but even if you took a child out of the equation and it was just, oh, hey, we're a group of people who want to try and raise money, that would be challenging enough. Then to help guide a young person who is all of a sudden thrust into the media. Do you get recognized, Jack? I feel like I would recognize you. I feel like I would like run up to you with a bottle of water and be like, can you sign my letter?
I get really shy when that happens, so I like go to some preschools and schools, and then I'll just be at the park, like on my bike, and then they'll just like come up to me, and I just like freeze, and I don't know what to say.
Wow.
But I've been like a couple of people have come up to me, and, like know who I am, which is cool to know that people know what I'm trying to do and did help and want to help. But it's like I get nervous, and I don't normally get nervous, but that's the one thing I'm nervous about.
Noted. I won't fangirl you when I see you in real life. Got it. Okay.
Don't worry, you'll be fine.
Okay, that's all right. It might not help though. I might still run up and be like, Jack! Hey, Father!
Yeah. No, his auntie's pretty good at embarrassing him doing that.
Great. Amazing.
Yeah.
So, Prue, do you have any advice for parents who maybe notice that their kid is going to be a world changer, which is not a small feat, or just yeah, do you have any messages for parents? And then I'll go over to Jack and I'll ask you the same thing for kids. But do you have any advice for parents who maybe do have a child who does want to make a huge difference and they don't know where to start? Because you obviously just decided to dive straight into this, and 2 years later you have a huge thing going.
Yeah. I think my number one thing is kind of be led by them. So most things I do kind of say to him, hey, this is something that's come up, like, what do you think? And empower them to make decisions. Obviously, you're going to shape and mold a little bit along the way, but the power of yes is pretty cool, and I feel like we are kind of set off on a path anyway. So just go with it, and yeah, every now and then you flick back to your mum things of like, sit up straight and make sure you use your manners, and when manners get you,
Everywhere.
Yeah. So every now and then you've got to do those kind of things. But I think my number one piece of advice is, if they don't want to do it, it's not ever going to work. So I say to Jack all the time, if you wake up tomorrow and say, I don't want to do this anymore, we're cool. Daddy and I are not thinking like, okay, well, that, you're going to let down someone. You can't let anyone down, because what you've already done is so amazing. But like, it's pretty cool to peak at 12. That we're like, if this is it, you're still good. You know.
You can retire. You want to eat popcorn for your life, do it.
We're like, what you've achieved is amazing, and I still am in awe of him, I think, is probably the best way to explain it quite often. When I hear him speak, sometimes some of the words that come out, I'm like, wow, how did you get that?
You're so
That's not there. Almost like two different Jacks. Like, there's the home Jack, and then there's So we laugh about that when he speaks about stuff. Sometimes it's like, I didn't even know he knew that word, and I'm like, sometimes I'm googling like, what is? So that's probably my best piece of advice is, yes is the power. So just roll with it, and be okay that there are going to be some things that pop up that you're not comfortable with, but that's what he learns from. So that's kind of the best part of it all. He's learning some lessons really early on about the powers of social media that have a downside and have a good side, and all of those things. So that stuff has been, for us, I think, well, that's he might have a total different view, but that would be my advice, is just go with it. You don't really have anything to lose, and you've got the adult brain, so use that. Yeah. Really.
Yeah, for sure.
Right?
Yeah. That sounds right.
You agree, Jack? Do you have a message for any kids who maybe want to change the world?
Don't hold back, I guess, is my thing. And failing's a good thing. I only learned recently that fail actually means first attempt in learning. And I think that's so true. Fail's used a lot today as a bad thing. Failed your test, you failed doing this, but that's a good thing. Like, it's your first time doing it. I think we misuse it a lot. But don't worry about mistakes, because no one's perfect. And it's very hard to be perfect. And you're good at stuff. Everyone's got something they're good at. Like, you just got to have confidence. You've got to be confident in yourself and be happy with what you can do, because a lot of people look at how good this person is and want to be as good as this person is. But maybe you should look at it as how good I can be. Be the best person you can. And just do something you're really passionate about, I guess.
Right?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Just
Jack,
stop.
You're profound. I'm definitely going to grab some sound bites from this talk and probably set them as my alarm when I wake up in the morning. Because you're a motivational speaker, young man.
He's the one that's up before all of us anyway. So,
That's true.
You just have to put her on your call list, Good morning, wake up, achieve.
You can do it.
Yeah, do it.
You are for sure probably my favourite mother-son duo in Australia, possibly the world. Yep.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for hanging out with me this afternoon. Thank you for being so generous with your advice and with your story and just with your time on behalf of all of the farmers, on behalf of every Australian who wants to do better, maybe doesn't know where to start. Thank you for educating. And I can't wait to see where this takes you if you decide this is what you want to keep doing. Because as your mum said, Jack, like if you decided tomorrow that you wanted to put it down, you have changed people's lives forever. And that is something huge. And something that I explained to a friend of mine who changed my life is that when you change somebody's life, Jack, it's like throwing a pebble into a pond. And so if you change a farmer's life, then he's then going to go and change a bunch of other people's lives. And then those people are going to change other people's lives. And it's because you did a good thing. Obviously, everybody has their part to play, but you're making a huge impact. And you probably won't ever truly understand how much of an impact you've made. So that's kind of mind-blowing and overwhelming, especially for a 12-year-old, but you're a legend and I am so proud to call you one of my buddies. And thank you for being part of this. Yeah.
Thank you so much for having me, and I really appreciate it. I love doing this type of stuff.
You too. And hopefully we get to hang out in real life. Maybe I'll come on a trip to a farm or something.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
I would say we always need extra set of hands. I don't know, there's always something to do.
Yeah, for sure. Well, how do people find you? How do people get in contact with you?
afiverforafarmer.com.au, and our Instagram and Facebook is a fiver for a farmer. You can contact me and my mum, and I hope you do because I like talking to people.
Oh, so good. Well, thank you so much. I could say thank you 50 more times, but let's wrap up the thanks. Yeah, and I can't wait to hear what other people think about how amazing you are, and hopefully they can take shorter showers and buy Aussie produce and do their bits. And September 18 is dress up like Fiver for Farmer Day. Yes, I'm gonna get a hat and a shirt, and I for sure will join the party.
That's what you need. You just look in your trolley. It's crazy what you can find.
For sure, absolutely. Oh, so keen to make this work. You guys are legends.
Yeah.
Bye.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.